Hey there everybody, Mazarok here, and today I wanted to do kind of a mini Season 3 review / raid review for like Mythic Plus and all that fun stuff. Kind of where did I want to see myself being ended up, what I thought I would be maining, and all that kind of fun stuff. And kind of go through the timeline of Season 3 a little bit. What are my goals for the end? Because we have, as of recording this, we have 1 month until Season 4 comes out. So there's still some stuff I want to get done due to some of the changes that occurred along the way, and what some of my goals are for Season 4, right? I thought that'd be fun to talk about because it's fun to kind of set that up in advance, but also why I'm setting that up in advance. I'm going to discuss that in a little bit later as well, right? Because it's kind of important to see where you want to go, what you're going to need to get there, and there's going to be some things that aren't going to be there anymore, so you're going to kind of want to work things around a little bit. Before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe. It goes such a long way. There's a Patreon link down below if you'd like to support me directly as well, with lots of cool fun features and prizes and stuff like that. There is a Twitch link down below if you want to watch me stream, continue this conversation forward live on stream, absolutely. And a community Discord absolutely filled with positive people. LVY profiles, weekors, anything that you see on screen is all available for free in that community Discord. Let's get going. So, Season 3, where was I starting? I started being a Paladin main in Season 3, right? I started progressing through Heroic Raid on my Paladin, and I got to about 2,900 rating on my Paladin before the strength of Blood Death Knight really took hold, and I started having a lot of fun on Blood DK. Now, if you've watched this video at all, if you've watched my content at all over the last couple years, you already know how much I've loved Blood DK since forever. So I was really, really happy to see them be very, very strong for the first time in Shadowlands, because the BDK hate was very real in Seasons 1 and 2, and anybody that says they didn't believe that, my time in the Pug Finder is absolutely proof that, you know, you may be wrong. So then I started chasing 3K on my Blood DK, because Paladin, I had kind of already got all my portals on my Paladin, and I was pretty happy with 2,900, and I was like, well, I'm not raiding with it anymore, I'm raiding with this or that. And then I got recruited into a new guild that had much better raid times for me. I went from 10 to 2 a.m. raiding to 8 to 11 p.m. raiding, so for me it works a lot better. So there was definitely some goodness there occurring, but they needed a monk, so I was pretty much kind of not going to be playing my Paladin anymore. So I started chasing 3K on my DK, which I got, and then I started doing more keys on my monk, and I fell in love with monk for the first time ever. I also fell in love with Vengeance and started really liking Bear, and now I'm just a big old fan of all 6 tank classes. But that's just kind of how the way it works, right? So how did I enjoy Encrypted? I honestly fell in love with Encrypted. This is one of the funnest affixes I've ever played with. It is definitely my personal favorite affix in Shadowlands, hands down. I know Awakened is like very high on a lot of people's list for great affixes. I didn't have the love for it, but I also wasn't doing Mythic Plus as seriously. At the end of BFA, I was kind of discovering what I liked. I was trying PvP, I was trying raiding, and I was kind of just testing all the waters when I got back into WoW at the end of BFA, and I was seeing what I want to do. Did I want tank, DPS, heal, whatever? But that's here or there. We're talking Season 3. So personally for me, doing M+ seriously, this has absolutely been my most favorite affix, by far, due to just how much you have fun to play around with. You know, you get these speed boosts, or you get these big CDR boosts and things like that. So I've loved Encrypted from the start on all of the tanks. So what are my goals for the end of Season 3? Well, my warrior needs 3 more portals. 4 more dungeons at 20, 3 more portals. So 2 Tazavesh dungeons, a Plague Fall, and I want to say a Halls of Atonement, but I don't really remember. It might be something else. I'm just not remembering which one right now. Might be Spires as well. I might not have done 20 Spires on my warrior, but I want to get all of the portals on the warrior, and I'm fairly close to it. Like I said, right, I've already got 6, so 4 more dungeons. I am missing 2 more portals on my Brewmaster Monk, and as of recording this, I'm actually at 2982 rating. So I did not think that I would be doing as many of the higher keys as I've been doing in my monk. For me, anyway, pushing those 21 and 22s on the monk, I did not think that would kind of occur, and it did, and I've absolutely been loving it. I've been having an absolute blast with how tanky and how fun the tier set has been. They are just a great tank that's just super fun to play, very fluid, and I'm only 18 points away from 3k, so one of my obvious goals is 3k on the monk, right? Because I'm so close, why wouldn't I do it? So we have a warrior and a monk goal. Bear goal, I've kind of started really liking bear. I know what I've said about bear in the past. I've also said that about Vengeance Demon Hunter, and now look at me now. I also really like Vengeance Demon Hunter. For different things, but I think what's happened with why I'm starting to like these classes and specs a lot more is the fact that, how do I put this eloquently, which I am not eloquent at all, is that the tier sets really started deferring how each thing's play and really started separating it enough that I can find joy in pretty much everything. I don't really like Vengeance Demon Hunter single target. I don't think it's a fun single target spec to play. Not quite for me. But in AoE, I think it's some of the most fun that you can have on a tank spec. They are incredibly fun to just massively pull everything in Gambit and just blow things up and just pretty much never be able to die and all of this fun, crazy stuff to do. Right? And with Bear, the tier set, although it got nerfed fairly heavily, too heavily if you ask me, is really fun to Incarn and Ravenous Frenzy combined and just go crazy and have fun. Honestly, Bear is kind of... I want to just do more Bear in Season 4. I don't have any goals for Season 3, I just want to do... I want Bear to be more prominent in my streams and everything and all of that fun stuff, right? I just want Bear to be around more. Same with Vengeance Demon Hunter. Paladin, I'm fairly close to 3k. I just don't know if I have the time to get to 3k on my Paladin. But if we get to 3k fairly quickly on the Monk, and I get my keys done fairly quickly on the Warrior, I'd also like to hit 3k on the Paladin just because I can, right? The option's there. I'm about 125 IO off, I think, on the Paladin as of this recording. I'm not quite sure, but if you've watched any of my Great Vault videos, I haven't really played it that much recently. You know, I've only been doing a key here or there. But doing more 20s is absolutely something that I can do fairly easily, and I would like to do more of. In Season 4, I'm going to be focusing mostly on Blood DK, Monk, and Warrior. The Paladin, I think, is going to take a back seat in Season 4, just due to how much fun Blood DK and Monk are for me right now. But also, my undying love for Prot Warrior. I don't really care what kind of spot it's in the meta or in the tier list or anything. It has been incredibly fun for me. I kind of lost that love in 9.1.5 for Prot Warrior because they just weren't enough. Like, every time I was playing another tank, I always had way more buttons to deal with the scenarios at hand than than not. But I think with the tier set with Prot Warrior, the double legendary Necrolord becoming much more prominent, and now especially that I've gotten pretty good at banner upkeep, I'm dealing the same or competitive or more damage than I was with Kyrian beforehand. Kyrian being much more bursty, but Necrolord just being able to constantly pump in both single target and AoE with the proper kind of playstyle and changes and things like that. And, I ran a Sanguine Depths the other day where I did 13.2 HPS, no, 13.2k DPS overall on my Protection Warrior. And the Warlock that was with me was like, what is this? Like, what's happening? Like, are you playing Prot? And like, yeah. Just plays like, I'm happy to see Prot doing good. And like, so am I, man. And I think with the kind of bounty system that's going to be the next seasonal affix, I think it's going to be really good and really fun as well. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's a game, and I want to play with fun to me, so I'm probably going to play a lot more Prot Warrior. But I would like to get my next three, portals to kind of get those all fixed up. And if there is a portal system in Season 4, If there's a portal system in Season 4 for the Legion, WoG, whatever dungeons, I don't know if there is. Like, if you time a 20 on it, you get a portal. I'm going to be aiming for portals on all 3 of those, and then kind of going through and around as well. So those are kind of my goals and setups, and I think it's important to kind of have these as you're moving forward in Mythic Plus to kind of want to improve. It could be that you want to time your first 15 if that's where you're at. It could be that you want to get a couple of 10s in, you want to do 20s or whatever have you not. But I think it's important to kind of see where you are, stop, take a breath, and be like, all right, cool. This is where I want to be. Right now, I would like to start getting 225s. I feel right now, so let's talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. I feel like I have stagnated in my Mythic Plus progression. I seem to be stuck at 2 seasons around 22s. Part of that is, it takes 5 people to do a Mythic Plus dungeon, and I seem to be put around people that kind of don't want to push more or higher than that, or we're on very conflicting time schedules, because there definitely are some people that I run with that want to be running those higher end dungeons with me, but, we're on 2 very separate time zones, and I have kids, right? So if they're a little bit more of a late night runner, and they're single, they're going to get on as I'm getting off half the time, or we'll only be have an hour combined together, versus me, I'm getting off, I have kids, I have to wake up in the morning, right? It's just kind of, that's the unfortunate scheduling portion of life, and that kind of occurs. But I would definitely like to be doing more higher keys, pushing myself to be a much better tank, because right now I'm going into the 20 to 22 ratio region of dungeons, and honestly, I don't feel like I have any problems. My routings are okay, although I know they need to kind of change for higher end dungeons to get more creative and quicker. I haven't got to the point where that needs to happen yet, but I also haven't found a group for that to happen with yet. But at the same time, I can pick any one of my tanks, go into those dungeons and be like, I feel great. Like, it's not a problem. I'm not concerned about dying or anything like that. If I have a cheat death, I'm not concerned about proccing it most of the time, unless, I'm human and I make a mistake, and I know I'm like, oh, there's going to be a cheat death proc here because I screwed up. But that's going to happen. That's just going to happen all the time. So those are kind of my goals. I just wanted to put out this video to say, hey, look, wherever you are in Mythic Plus, wherever you are in Raid, less Raid with this video here, because that just kind of is what it is. This is more of a Mythic Plus oriented video as well. But you set your goals. Season 4 is coming, and one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about Season 4 as well is the blood spattered scale is going away, and my warrior still does not have a blood spattered scale, and I need to get one for this season because DOS is going away next season, right? So if I want to play my warrior a bit competitively to where I like to play it and feel comfortable with that, there are other trinks I can play, I'm well aware. Do I need that one to be good? No. If I do not get this season's, am I going to have a hard time playing Prot, or just be like, nope, Prot's unplayable without this trinket? Absolutely not. I'm going to still have a lot of fun, and I'm going to figure out trinkets that are really, really good for it. The Necrolord Wall of Absorbs build is kind of what I'm thinking about maining with that and going along with it, but yeah. So that's kind of the video here. I wanted to thank everyone very much for all the support. What are you going to be maining in Season 4? What do you think is going to be the most fun tank for you to play? Are you hitting your goals in Mythic Plus? Do you think you need help? Do you want to be doing higher end content? Because let's face it, everyone says they want to do the highest end content available, but actually when it comes down to actually doing it, is a completely different thing. Like, I would love to say, yeah, I'd love to be doing 30s right now, but I mean, I'm not ready for 30s. I'm not ready for the time and experience and all of those requirements it takes to be doing those higher end dungeons yet, where I know where I'm at and I would like to be going, but I think it's important to talk about these types of goals so you can realize that everybody has different goals. Everybody would like to move forward and progress, and whatever your form of progress is still your form of progress. Attain your goals. I have high-end goals, and I have those medium goals that I like to hit for dopamine rushes and things like that. And I've explained those all through, what I'm planning with Monk, what I'm planning with Warrior, what I'm planning with Blood Decay, and all that fun stuff. So, thank you very much for listening. I hope you guys have yourselves a great day, and I hope you guys are excited for Season 4 as much as I am. Thank you very much for everything and all the support. Like, comment, subscribe down below.